Maybe it's a southern thing, but as a kid, my mom taught me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Love you, Mom. The internet's full of whiners, vicious cycles of negativism. Now, as much as ever, we need to find common ground, lifting each other up, not beating each other down. It's just not worth it. It's not worth engaging with vicious disagreements online because there's so much important context it's missing. And let's be honest, you're feeding the trolls. You're feeding them with you engage, and trolls feed on negative energy because they are insecure, miserable, and emotionally weak. And it's why, quite honestly, I have retired from most social media. But I want to talk about what happens when you whine and why it is so bad and gets into a vicious cycle to completely avoid. You diminish your problem solving skills when you whine. It leads to habits of relying solely on expressing dissatisfaction rather than actively seeking solutions. Once again, as my mom would say to me, I was being ungrateful if I'm whining and diminishing myself in such a way. There's a Louis C.K. skit from a number of years ago where he's flying on an airplane through the air and everybody's miserable. You're flying across the country through the air and we're miserable and complaining about it. Why? Whining creates negative impacts on your mental health. It reinforces a negative mindset and contributes to feelings of helplessness and despair. You know what that does? It leads to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Whining can ruin relationships. It will strain relationships with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Nobody wants to be around someone who whines all the time, which once again strengthens the cycle of isolation and loneliness that we just talked about. Whining reduces resilience. When we play the victim card all the time, we become unable to cope and overcome adversity. This leads to being weaker and unable to handle challenges in the future. You're hindering your own personal development when you whine. Four very bad things that come out of this. So why do we do it? Let's talk about how we can turn around complaining and whining into a productive exercise. Number one, it's okay to complain in a one-on-one setting, but don't do it publicly. It's okay to be vulnerable. Just don't turn it into all complaining. Identify it, self-identify, ask for help. Anytime you want to complain, the emotionally intelligent thing to do is come up with a list of positive solutions on how you can solve your issue. Story time. I had a boss once come to me and said, Kyle, don't come to me with problems. Come to me with solutions. Give me some options about how you would go solve this thing that I can go push for. And because I'm giving him the options, I'm also kind of crafting the things that I want to do there. Remember that each challenge can be a setback, but it's also an opportunity for growth and learning, right? How do you say this is the challenge I'm having? Instead of turning it into a negative thing, turn it into an opportunity. Turn it into something you can overcome. Turn it into ability to show your resilience and turn it into a positive outcome. Next time you're ready to complain and whine about something, especially online, just remember, Kyle's mom said if you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. And instead, turn that whining, complaining post into possible solutions and ways that we can overcome the challenge. That's it for today.